All in attendance are reminded that this is a game between best sporting behavior is the official has been selected and assigned according by the tonight's Mark Smith. Doing so will be to lead. We appreciate it.
I mean,
I don't know if this flip screen it'll work. Might.
It is a nice welcome to Fairfield. Coached by Jackson, his 12th as the coach. Good evening. call to the second half. Fairfield will receive tonight's opening kick.
Fairfield Indians first with the ball. Defense for the Fairfield Indians, Jackson. They have loved it. Coach.
We'll show you to kick it off. Fair catch, take Indians at the 30-yard line. First.
First two games, the spread action read
Pass intended for number 9. Incomplete. Second down and 10.
Low, one up top. Running back with the little bubble screen. Blocked it, but nice tap. Cardinals.
Complete. Mike Higgins. Down by number 9.
Inside, he's got a little bit of crease, got him a little bit extra. Out for like first down.
Tackled by number 21, Lauren Nevis. That's it up for Fairfield. 45.
First down. Ball spotted 5-yard line. Patience, he's back, a little hand above the crease. Positive the Indians. Gonna give him just across the 50-yard.
Stanley West. 5-yard gain down to midfield.
At the 50-yard. Moving the ball right now. The defense look for this kind of throws it a little deep and was good coverage. The second read, which was the right side, and this is sure be what he got. But there's so it's another 10 and 5. return at the 40 Fairfield Indians. Colerain. They go the middle. Just pressure on the picks up to
line number 5.
Colerain Cardinals. Rinse the crowd with that part of the play. So back to the. We got a flag on the play as Colerain ball play. Colerain broke the huddle with 12. Illegal substitution called on the Colerain Cardinals.
Drop that Cardinals back to 5 yards. Second
3 yards that they made. Add a couple more. Down at about 13. Back to the shotgun for 2 running backs, only 1 right receiver out in the pattern. Action there. Gets back to a big hit.
By
Kind of interested in there. Just make jet sweep. Jets, nice read, but great play from the Fairfield Indians. Stayed home.
They're down to 10.
So he's 3rd down and still in shotgun formation. Self fair up yards. Now 4th down, not enough. 4th down and 7, and here comes the It's going to be green for the Colerain Cardinals.
Cardinals is Brennan Green.
Back for the Fairfield. Snap is back, is given to the outside. A nice little run, but even a nicer play on the outside. Corey Myrick does good just to knock him down. Minimal gain, a 4th down. 4th and 4, and it is going to bring out the kicking team.
The Indians bring out their field goal unit.
First attempt of the season. Looking McGuire. He is 9 of 10 on extra points. 26-yard attempt is up. Not very long. Just long enough.
Tyler Fisher, and he's
For 33
Yeah, not more than an extra point in distance there, and didn't know if he had that much more leg in him. But he did enough. It wasn't pretty, but it was pretty enough. 4:33 left to play in this first quarter. Fairfield scores first, leading the host Colerain Cardinals 3-0.
UC Health is proud to be the official orthopedics and sports medicine provider of your Colerain Cardinals. The doctors of UC Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine provide award-winning care in order to keep the Cardinals at the top of their game. They can do the same for you. UC Health's world-class physicians diagnose and treat all orthopedic, spine, hand, joint, trauma, and sports medicine conditions.
They have a lot of
Learn
plays.
more at UCHealth.com.
A lot of stats where it's
why we see the power.
3 carries for 80 yards, but then you look at it's the longest 78 yards, where a huge chunk of that is in one single player or one single play. So not very good at sustaining those short passes or short runs, but they have a lot of big plays. Tom Fisher amongst them.
Yeah, they've got the athletes to break it at any time, but you're right, it's a consistency in the drives.
Aiden McGuire will kick off for the Indians.
Been Colerain's bugaboo so far in the first 2
Back to
games.
receive
He
for the
showed us a little
Cardinals,
something
Leo
different
Hughes
there on
and
that
Jordan
first drive to move the
Robinson.
ball until they made a few mistakes and they were stopped and forced to punt. I think we saw by the league this kicker. I don't think he's kicking to the end zone. Popped it up last time. Tip again to the right. Oh, gets a Fairfield bounce. Colerain's going to have to scramble to take it, and I tell you what, that's about as ugly as it gets. That ball just bounced. When it got to the up man, it took a huge hop, hopped over top of him, and the deep man had to secure it.
That's a poor special teams coach from the Colerain, because they're going to say that when Jordan Robinson caught it, he then stepped out of bounds. If you ever have a situation like that, he should immediately get his feet out of bounds and then touch the football, because then it is considered out of bounds, and that would have been Colerain Cardinal first down on the 35. Now, 30-yard swing. They're starting on their own 5-yard line.
So Colerain, I formation, 2 tight ends, 1 wide receiver spread out wide.
Jennings at the pile, tried to keep going, and he lost some yardage there. Now he's down at the 1 is where they're going to call it.
Yeah, they blew up the mesh, and he kind of got loose. So, there's no forward progress on that because he got loose from the pile. But when he stepped back, the pile reconvened. That ball's inside the 1. That's barely off the shadow of the end zone.
So make substitution to Sean Hopper and Justin Rhodes out at fullback. So 2nd and 14 for the Cardinals at their own 1-yard line. They'll go I formation here. 2 tight ends, try to get some space. And they'll just get it out of the end zone. Hopper looks like will fall forward for maybe a half yard.
Yeah, Fairfield was all over. You're not going to see much offensive diversity at that position, so they're keying on that fullback there, and they sent everybody through the A-gaps. He does get outside the 1 to the 1.5, so it's 3rd down and 13.
Cardinals really got to pick up the pace here. There's
late substitutions here. Play clock down to 4.
Not that it matters half the distance at this rate, but Jennings just takes the snap. He's going to look for space and just get out of the end zone.
Yeah, just a quarterback keeper out to the left. It really was no fake. He was just following his running back outside, but no blocks, nowhere to go. So Colerain's going to bring Brennan Green back on. Last snap was a little bit high. Luckily, Green is listed as 6'8", but your punt returner is set up at the Colerain 35.
So again, the Cardinals' offensive struggles just give their defense a short field to work with. This is a pretty good kick, but it's not going to get a lot of hang time. Fielded about the 38, trying to make a move as the favorite returner. That was
I
not
thought the ball was loose
That was
in
not
his
the
shoe.
ball. It was his shoe that came off.
Everybody in the crowd responded yelling ball. It was a chorus of Colerain players, but then I saw the ball stop rolling, and it turned into a shoe. That was odd. So that is a very short field for the Fairfield Indians. That ball's going to be spotted at the Colerain 30-yard line.
So an error on the special teams leads to and then no first down gives a very short field to Talon Fisher of the Fairfield offense. He's going to spread it out 5 wide, 3 to the left. Man in motion going to give 4 to the left. Sends it there, finding some space. Jackson going to have enough for the first down into the Cardinal red zone.
Yeah, they doubled the tight end on the left side and then ran a bunch formation with the wide receivers.
Really, they had almost the whole student body that left side. He ran behind that wall of humanity. Got to pick up a first down. You see that formation, you want to overplay it but with the threat of Fisher keeping the ball.
And you got
You can't overplay one side.
two sophomores on either outside linebacker. Again, 5 wide this time. Though a little too eager. Again, they look to send Jordan Jackson in motion. Looks like one of the linemen jumped. 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, Colerain was showing a little blitz, jumping around on the line of scrimmage. And I thought on that last play a little bit of early movement by the offensive line that was pulling for that jet sweep. And this time the referee saw it.
That's one of those, it's a timing play from when he sends it in motion to when he gets that snap. So you could see that sometimes if it's not on time.
So
they'll stay. Nope. Trips to the right. Jackson to the left of Fisher. He's going to take it. Keep it. Up the middle. Got some space. Through there. One tackle still on his feet. Spinning around. And in for 6.
Yeah, the GMC's leading rusher takes the ball from the 23. Just a Colerain, a nice read option right there. Keeps it himself. Finds a crease right up the middle, and with his speed, he does not need much. Fairfield scores 9-0, 1:11 left to play in this first quarter. No. Extra point pending.
Line up in that muddle huddle. We'll come back here and line up for an extra point.
McGuire's going to set up for the extra point.
Snap is back. Kick is up. Kick is good. 10-0, 1:11 to play in the first quarter. And Talon Fisher just a midline veer where the read is one of the defensive tackles up front. Sees the opening up the middle, makes the read, and really, it was going to be a good game no matter what, but Elram Nevis just couldn't make the tackle. He spun off, stayed on his feet long enough to fall into the end zone.
Yeah, Fisher's a big guy. We don't have height and weight listed in the roster, but I mean he's got to be a good 200 pounds at least. He's solidly built. You're not going to get him with arm tackles.
Injuries happen, and when they do, let NovaCare's team of professionals get you back in the action. For a center near you, go
so we've seen 2 squib kicks so far from the Fairfield Indians. See if Colerain does anything to adjust.
Back to receive for the Cardinals, Jordan Robinson and Mikhail Satterwhite.
Satterwhite and Robinson back for the Colerain Cardinals.
For the Indians, Aiden McGuire.
They're not playing him very deep. He didn't have much of a leg on the made at field goal. This will be a squib, fielded by the up man. Trying to find some space, so we go down with the 35, and Colerain didn't fumble.
Yeah, it's the only thing when your up man gets the ball that quick, there's nobody to block for the up man.
Colerain didn't fumble. Fairfield kept Colerain within the 35-yard line. I think both teams will take that. Well, exactly the 35-yard line for the Cardinals to take over here.
Yeah, but Staley on the return. Yeah, anytime in the high school level, you can. I would say the 35 on in is good special teams play. So we're going to see the traditional wingback formation for the Colerain Cardinals for the first time.
Step back, tried to go up the middle, and Rhodes not much space. Clogged up for a 1-yard gain.
Taken down by JoJo Baker and Amir Rogers. That'll set up second down and 9 for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Colerain Cardinals still just looking to get a little offensive confidence. Fairfield really crowding the line.
Jennings takes it, keeps it, falls for. No, he gave off the Rhodes, who again, no gain.
Yeah, Fairfield's in on that mesh. So he really doesn't have time to make any kind of decision. They're blowing up the play even before it develops.
Rhodes coming off limping a bit, so Hopper will come in with a fullback spot.
So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 9. They need to get out to the 45-yard line.
And they'll have some time here to game plan, as if that is the final play of the first quarter after a 1 quarter of play here at Colerain High School. It's the Fairfield Indians 10, the Colerain Cardinals 0. So the Cardinals struggling right now. And they had so far early in the season to find some offensive identity.
Yeah, I mean, they came out shotgun first play, caught everybody surprised throwing the ball, and went right back to the run. They went to the I formation to start, no success. They went for the wing formation to start, just kind of. I almost like to see him just kind of. Jennings is not that you're prototypical, and you don't see it at Colerain too much. You're prototypical throwing quarterback, but if the run's not working, why not give it a shot? Because you're getting one-on-one coverage with that. They're only having one wide receiver out there, but he's getting single coverage.
I will go to under center.
Yeah, safeties are within 7 yards of the ball, and Fairfield's bringing everybody.
Now motions into an I formation. Jennings takes it, pitches it, blown up in the backfield, still loose. Cheatham will come up with it, and it looked like there was something up with the ball coming out of the snap.
We've seen it in the last couple of weeks. I don't know if if there's timing issues with the center, the way the ball feels, the way it's coming out. It just sometimes Jennings doesn't have the ball cleanly from the center, which throws the timing off for the entire play.
For the Indians, number 4.
So Brennan Green, the 6'8" punter, set to deliver for the Cardinals.
Kieran Love for Fairfield. That is on 35.
It's a really good kick from Brennan Green. Fielded and immediately met by Nathan Fry. If the Cardinals have had but for sure positive this season, it's been the play of Nathan Fry. He's been all over defensively in the backfield, and here makes a special teams play.
Yeah, he makes a lot of plays from the defensive line, and he's your long snapper on the punter, which means he's the first guy releasing. So you get your leading tackle on the team as your first guy down on coverage. Makes a lot of plays, so that ball's going to be spotted at the 34. And here comes that dangerous Fairfield offense, Talon Fisher. No running back here. They're going with 5 wide receivers, shotgun formation.
Fry putting pressure. Fisher steps up, but he's not going to get away. He'll be tripped up. Got away from Fry. I don't know if you give that an official sack to 28.
Well, I don't know if the officials give it the official, but I'll give the official holding on Fry. Fry about the corner here. Had a good yank on his jersey to keep him from getting that, but
still a 4-yard loss. But I was saying, I don't know if you give Greg Williams, a sophomore outside linebacker, the sack, because he really didn't cause Fisher really tackled by his own offensive lineman trying to escape.
That's usually the closest guy to him.
That's what I'm saying. Stat. He's the closest guy there. So spread it out. Now they'll tighten it up. Everyone close to the scrimmage, and
they got 2 guys in motion. Again, a lot of what they do with their motion is timing. They were bringing the jet sweep across, but right as he started across, the running back flinched and came forward too. You cannot have 2 guys in motion.
A lot of window dressing, but I think Cardinals might have got lucky. They did a lot of that motion. I think number 13, Javai Jarman, the sophomore, on that side might have got a little confused all the motion, and if they were to pull back, play action, and get enough time, that guy running out the slot had no one there. But of course, that could also just been because everyone stopped. But it looked like well-designed.
He bit the fake.
A well-designed backside wheel against this Colerain defense is not surprising to anyone.
So second down and 20.
Timeout. Fairfield to avoid up delay game. I shouldn't say this Colerain team. Every Colerain defense as far back as forever.
When you played.
Yeah, Beam has been pretty much since 2005 when St. X well, I don't know, Tyler Lee was a missed pass, not a wheel route. But ever since that 2005 season.
Darius Ashley?
Yeah, Darius Ashley. I think everyone, just the design of the Cardinal defense is susceptible to the backside wheel. Which, it's not just a Colerain Cardinal thing. A lot of defenses are susceptible to the backside wheel because it's overplayed.
Well, you're chasing and protecting from the deep ball. And a lot of times when you give that fake to the running back and pull it back, you forget about him. And when he releases out of the backfield, it's a tough read for the middle linebacker.
And it doesn't even have to be backside. You saw it last night in the Purdue-Penn State game. Former St. X quarterback Sean Clifford play fake, back threw to the running back and wheel out of the backfield, and it was there one-on-one with the linebacker. So we'll reset. Another 5-yard penalty. It's 2nd and 19 for the Indians at their own 26.
Yeah, and we've seen this Colerain Cardinal team keeping them down, making them make the 3rd down conversion, but then the one big play we've seen can happen. So 2nd down and 20.
Motion man set. Fisher steps back to throw. He's met with pressure. Can't get away. And this time for sure, Greg Williams is the man on the spot with the sack. This time he gets Fisher by the legs, and he loses some more yards.
Yeah, give credit to your secondary. Good coverage. Fisher looked up. Well covered. Nowhere to throw it. Good penetration by the Colerain Cardinals. Kind of a coverage sack right there. Williams gets the credit. A huge, huge loss.
We will have to see for the Cardinals nose tackle Jameer Carpenter, the senior captain, did lose his helmet on the play, so he'll have to sit out.
Yeah.
But it'll be 3rd and 31 for the Indians at their own 18. Hand up to Jackson up the middle, safe. Gets it close to the 20, but they had to get all the way to the 44. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, there's your man Nathan Fry again making the tackle. Colerain needs to take advantage. This is the deepest they've stopped the Fairfield Indians. A good return would spark this team.
Again, though, we do remind you that Talon Fisher, as fast as he is also the punter for this team. It's a threat to fake at all times.
So Cheatham and Rhodes back for the Colerain Cardinals.
We'll punt it. Cheatham going to take it and fall immediately. A little confusion between Cheatham and Rhodes about who called for it. Yeah. Probably the best outcome for Cheatham just to kind of catch it and fall down.
I'm just glad he held on to that. That's a tough play. They kind of looked at each other, kicked him in between. You got to have somebody who's the primary returner.
Well, they both pointed to each other, looked, pointed at each other, and then thought the other had it.
Right. But one of them has to be in charge. One of them's call's got to be. Only one person should be making that call. And it's kind of tough, though. You've got a rugby-style kicker, and it's coming end over end. It's not a traditional kick, so Colerain does have good field position at their own 46.
So, 2 tight end I formation. Handoff. Rhodes finds some space and into Fairfield Indian territory. Cardinals have some success there finally. Getting something positive going.
Yeah, just a simple dive off tackle. Colerain Cardinals not really having much success between the guards. This time they go inside the tackle and a little bit more room. Brings up a 2nd down and 4.
Outside veer. Jennings now. Pistol with 2 backs. Takes it, rolls right, steps up, nothing there. Jennings looking to get it, and that's when you have an athlete not playing quarterback. Athlete playing quarterback, because if he was smart, he could have just thrown that ball away. But
well, I mean, you had a 2nd down and 4 situation. You just had a successful run. Kind of curious why you go to the pass right there and put yourself into that situation.
Pass with only one man in the pattern.
So it's a big loss. Could bring up a 3rd down. We'll call it 13. Colerain has to get to the 43. 44 of the.
Not the best decision by Jennings was to lose about 10 yards, but he was not set up very well either. So Cardinals will be forced to call a timeout as they were slow to get the play in. Play clock was down to 2.
The Preston Brown Foundation partners with Colerain and other local schools. Are there to provide healthy snacks, sports hydration.
So 8:26 left to play in this first half. GMC matchup. Fairfield Indians leading the host Colerain Cardinals 10-0.
While tackling stigma reduction. For more information and to make a tax deductible donation,
2 timeouts remaining for both teams. The Cardinals call a timeout here.
The Colerain Cardinals is going to take the field in this 3rd down and long. Back to the shotgun formation. This time 3 wide receivers, 2 down low.
Jennings takes it, rolls. Looking. He's not able to square his shoulders, and now it's just a foot race. Stays with it. He'll get past the line of scrimmage, past the original original down to go. And that's going to be short by about 8 yards and 4th down for the Colerain Cardinals. And it really didn't matter on that play if the receiver was open because Jennings really had no time to square his shoulders.
Yeah, the play was designed and rolled him right into the pressure.
Brendan Green's punt is up. Another good one from Green. He's going to get a fair catch. Indians will start inside their own 15.
Yeah, Love does a great job right there covering up, doesn't allow the ball to hit and get any more yardage. That ball's going to be spotted at the Fairfield 14-yard line.
Dead ball, personal foul.
I think the
Fairfield.
was that yours?
It'll be a 15-yard penalty.
So really, so far, Fairfield hasn't really done much other than the 2 big runs by Tanner Fisher. Short field last time.
We have another half the distance post play personal foul on the Indians. So the Indians actually start this at their own 7-yard line.
I didn't even see a flag thrown. There must have been.
Now I hope the flag was not on the kick returner because he kind of threw the ball into the Cardinal sidelines, but that's because he's returning the ball to them. He probably could have done it in a nicer manner, but I don't think it was a very unsportsmanlike way to do it. But it might have been somewhere else as well. Handoff. Jackson will get across the 10, but not much more. On 1st down, I'll mark it officially at 11.
Yeah, good read there by Stanley West. Middle linebacker, 3-yard gain.
Jordan Jackson on the carry.
Stanley West is one of your captains. I remember from early in the season, he made a mistake, and you could hear from a whole stadium could hear a cut right yell, "You're the quarterback of the defense. That's on you, Stanley." So, young man has lots of responsibilities out there, and he made the play there.
Colerain shifts their defensive line.
Handoff. Jackson again in space, slips under the tackle, and that'll be enough for a 1st down, but we also have a flag.
Probably in the area, that might be attacking a few more yards on for a face mask. Colerain shifted everything to left, which went right into the Fairfield play. Gave them a little outside lane.
Face mask against Colerain.
Just kind of almost ducked under Elron Nevis's tackle attempt, and in doing so, Nevis's hand just going to be 5 yards, but did get a piece of the face mask.
That's when you get the defensive back making a reach tackle instead of using his body. But he makes the stop. First down Fairfield at their own 23.
Handoff. Jackson again, going to follow through, and a good play up front.
Jordan Jackson is
Stanley West there at the point of attack, but also a good job by the sophomore outside linebacker Cooper Krieg keeping that contained.
2nd and 9.
Interesting substitution. I think it's more of a run-pass situation. Tay Love, a much bigger junior, rotating with the sophomore Hayden Danielson at that other inside linebacker position. Cardinals with looks like cover 0 here. No one over the top. Handoff Jackson. He's met in the backfield. He'll fall forward past the line of scrimmage. Not much more. The Cardinals with a good job there on 2nd down.
Yeah, inside the tackles, other than the one play by Tanner Fisher when he kept himself, has really held the running back in check. But it's that 3rd down big play that's been eating them up the whole time. So a third down, we're going to call it 7. So going 3 wide receiver shotgun formation.
Fisher just going to keep it and run, find him some space, and again, Fisher finding some space, and it's a foot race, and he is gone. Talon Fisher for 6 points.
77 yards. Talon Fisher. He's been the whole offense, but really all the offense you need so far for the Fairfield Indians.
Run for Talon Fisher. This is 16.
And you can look at the stats. That's what they are. They don't have a lot of the averages are deceived because there's lots and lots of big plays from this in the first 2 weeks and some more this week for Talon Fisher.
Well, he had 333 yards coming into this one. He's got to be close to at least 150.
Kick is up. Kick is good. It's 5:37 to play in the first half. It's the Indians of Fairfield 17. The Cardinals from Colerain 0.
With 5 minutes and 37 seconds left in the half.
Again, Colerain has had the opportunities and defensively had the opportunities there. Had Fairfield pinned down. Another 3rd and long, but another big play by Talon Fisher, the talented quarterback. I don't think he's completed a pass throwing, but it's been his feet.
He had the screen pass, I think.
The one.
Bubble screen, I think, earlier. And again, they've done a good job containing them on first and second down. It's just a big play on Talon Fisher, and the first one was a scramble. This one was a designed run where Talon Fisher just kind of tucked it and ran.
Running back disguised as a quarterback.
Back to receive the kickoff for the Cardinals are Jordan Robinson and Markel Satterwhite. In to kick for the Indians.
Tight end at the next level. Just playing quarterback.
Or a safety or a linebacker. I mean, he's a very physical player.
Yeah.
And you're that kind of athlete, they'll find a place for you.
Yes. I'm just thinking, Talon Fisher's dad used to be here the size of his head, a little squib kick. Again, Jaden Stanley will take it, finding some space, but after that initial wave, he's going to get past the 45, but that's not much more. He was a big man himself, so I could just imagine him putting some. He's got the frame to put some weight on.
Well, you know what? We've seen, he was a Colerain kid, 7th, 8th grade. I mean, remember him. We keep saying that he's got out. He's a senior now.
He's a junior.
He's just a junior?
That's a junior.
Wow. Seems like he's been around forever, but
he started as a freshman.
Yeah. Okay.
Fairfield, so.
Back to the I formation, Colerain Cardinals.
And off. Rhodes can't find much space. Gets about 1, 2, maybe 2 on the play.
Josiah Jackson makes the tackle. Rhodes runs through him at first. Good second effort, but Jackson does a good job not giving up the tackle.
Fairfield, Josiah Jackson, one of them. Is that Josiah Jackson? Yeah. Josiah Jackson, one of them. I know for 2 for sure. They might even have 3 Division I players on this offense in the secondary and in the linebacker. So Fairfield has always got that one guy. Josiah Jackson is that this year for the Fairfield Indians. Jennings keeps it one-on-one, makes a man miss, cuts back inside, still on his feet across the 40. And a first down for the first time, Zay Jennings in the Indian territory.
Very decisive with his decision right there. Almost like somebody's angered him a little bit right there.
Well, he's one-on-one. Like we said, yeah. Josiah Jackson's a Division I signee, and he just made a miss. And I don't know if he made a miss. It's more like make him make the decision. And what we call a box, you put the defender in a box, and you make him make a decision, and you just cut it up and go from the option read. Jennings takes it this time. He's got some space through, stays on his feet, spins away, and he's free for 6. Zay Jennings with a touchdown for the Cardinals.
There you go. Colerain answers back, or they're not going to be shut out. Zay Jennings takes 2 plays in that, 2 consecutive runs, goes the distance, puts Colerain on the board with their first touchdown. So extra point, Will Schutte into the kick for the Colerain Cardinals.
Snap is back, kick is up, and just enough is enough. Cardinals get on the board with 4:15 to play here in the first half. The Cardinals put 7 on the board, but they still trail the Indians 17-7.
I tell you, give credit to Brennan Green right there. Your holder on that. That ball took about 18 hops to get to the holder. Does a great job. Fairfield really wasn't bringing pressure, so we had plenty of time, but that was a good one to get down. Not pretty, but effective. 4:15 left to play till halftime. Fairfield Indians lead the Colerain Cardinals 17-7.
So you get a replay here on Waycross. I was a little concerned with the block there on the edge by Leo Hughes because he didn't hold it just long enough, but Jennings powers through and spins out of that arm tackle.
Wow, they've been I've seen Fairfield having some questionable blocks on there. You know, at least they're being consistent. I was going to complain earlier about them, but you're absolutely right. There was one block to make, and it was one-on-one. Nobody else was in the area, so you were basically in the eyes of every referee and every person saying.
Well, I wasn't even considering a penalty. I'm just saying he got off the block at that very last second.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying there's a penalty either, but if he did, there was no hiding it.
Yeah. But he got off the block, but he held it just the instant enough to let Jennings get through. And even though he got off that block, it was not in time. So should he kick? So it's a little pooch kick. It will be fielded by the Indians.
Well, that's kind of almost an illegal return. The up man called for a fair catch, and somebody else caught it.
Yeah, and that's one of those things you can't really fault.
So, yeah, So the up man called the fair catch, so the ball's dead, even if somebody else catches.
Michael Figgins did not call fair catch, but the man in front of him, Tyler George,
But is that a legal move?
I think if George would have fielded and tried to move, it would have been a legal fair catch. But in this case, it's not an intentional legal fair catch if it was. So Cardinals will take it.
Yeah. 25-yard line for the Fairfield Indians. 4:12 left to play this half. Colerain needs a big defensive play right here.
We did have a substitution. Sophomore Shaheed Davis now in at safety. Fisher, handoff. Jordan Jackson. Not much going.
Yeah, I didn't see who got him, but Jordan Jackson, he's pretty much been stopped 2 or 3 yards at a time up that middle.
PA announcer's giving credit to Stanley West, so we'll give credit to Stanley West.
Well, he's been making most of the tackles in there in the middle.
That is his job.
And in the option, his first read is his assignment is the running back.
Not always.
So 2nd down and 7.
Fisher takes it, looks, quick hit, finds a space, broken tackle, still on his feet. Brendan Shanklin into Cardinal territory.
Just a simple little seam pattern. Found a crease for the Colerain Cardinals and then a missed tackle. Sometimes defensive backs go for the strip instead of the tackle. Got more yards than he should into Colerain territory.
That's just a missed tackle. There was no going for the strip. That was just a miss.
So Fairfield does still have 2 of its timeouts left. 3 minutes left to play.
Fisher hands off to Jackson, trying to find some space. He's across the 40, but not much else. It's very confusing for me announcing this, so in Jackson, because there's a Jordan Jackson and a Josiah Jackson, and one plays running back and one's the star defensive back. I have no idea if they're twins or related at all. But if they're both JJs, they might be. So Fisher, 2nd and 7 at the Cardinal 39. Cardinals show blitz. Handoff, Jackson trying to get it, has some space. This time, finally with a play, just Jordan Jackson inside the Cardinal 20, down to about the 12-yard line, and got to the outside there.
Yeah, that time not up the middle, off tackle that time, and there's no outside receiver. No outside linebacker there. They've been plugging up the middle, and everybody was looking in the middle again, but not the running back. Gets outside, inside the Colerain. They can get a first down. It's first down just outside the 10-yard line. Talon Fisher bobbles the snap.
They'll keep it. Fine, not much to go. And sophomore Cooper Krieg with the tackle in the backfield.
Yeah, timing of that play was thrown off. Not a bad snap, a little bit high, but Fisher had a hard time hauling it in, just threw everything off.
That's just one of those, even if it's caught and not no effect on the actual timing, it does throw off the notion that your body is ready to take the snap. It's got to make that extra movement that sets everything off.
So second down, 10 yards to go.
1:15 to play, so with 2 timeouts, there's plenty of time for the Indians to work here. Looking, backside throw, and I think they're going to get a flag here.
Yeah, they did a back shoulder throw right at the flag, and as he turned around, it might have been a little handsy by the defensive back. A timing route, really kind of thrown well. No way for the Colerain defender to get to the ball as low as he did, threw it right at the byline.
I think that was more of a pass by Fisher, just putting it in the spot. It's a one-man route. They didn't get an element of surprise. Throw where only his man can possibly get it, but they were both tied up that whole time. Now, the good news for the Cardinals, by high school rules, it's just a 15-yard penalty. In this case, half the distance to the goals, and it's not an automatic first down. So it'll be second and
5.5.
Yeah. Indians can get a first down, but really don't have to worry about the clock, and for the first time are under center. Handoff up the middle. A hand caught Kavi Bivens in the backfield, but he made a man miss and falls forward inside the 5 to about the 3.
Yeah, Nathan Fry makes the tackle here. It looks like maybe on that situation, did they drop Fry back to linebacker right there?
They might have. I don't know. They'll stay with this two tight end I formation look.
Fairfield does not like what they see from the Colerain defense. As said, they had plenty of timeouts left. They're going to use one.
It's very interesting to me. I get it on a very short down, but it was second down, and you went to the. You've been shotgun the whole time, and I know there's some people that talk about not wanting to be shotgun in short distance situations, but it still gives you it still gives you the ability to spread out, and you haven't done this all game.
Yeah, you've got plenty of room to do either. Why change what's working?
Well, I think unless you guys setting up a bootleg, your biggest weapon is now contained in the inside is in the center. But what do I know?
And then Colerain has been successful with the up the middle run, so you know at the I formation they're coming straight at you. Yeah. And there doesn't seem to be a decided advantage from either the offensive or defensive line.
I don't know. We could do this question and they still put it in, but I don't know. Your best weapon's your quarterback, and you're putting everyone right on top of them.
Every play you've run out of that spread formation, you've been successful running the ball.
32 seconds remaining in the half. It's 3rd and 2 from the 3.
Fairfield does still have one timeout left, and they're staying in that I formation.
Yep.
I'll hand off backfield. Bivens hit, and Jameer Carpenter is going to tackle him. He's going to fall forward, but he's still going to be short of the line to gain.
I tell you what, he did a good job. He was stopped about 2 yards shorter than he fell. Showed great strength, and it's going to bring up a 4th down, but a 4th down in maybe a yard and a half.
See, this is...
And Fairfield
has put themselves in the spot. You either had to have made the decision and had say, hey...
A second play made.
But you also don't want to say we're not going to get it on 3rd down. But Now you're forced to throw the ball because you're forced to get a touchdown because the clock will continue to you stop on the first down. But if you get the first down and not a touchdown, the clock will be running. Now you probably have time to come up and spike it, but now you don't have a situation.
Yeah, and it's hard to tell from the angle that we're at looking at the flags. They're at the 2. I'm not sure if that the yard to get is at the 1 or at the half yard.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough to read from this angle, but they are keeping the offense in.
Yeah, and I think you can make the argument this is close enough that the 1 yard's a touchdown or a first down, either way.
Well, you pretty much, other than one series, stopped the Colerain offense. So why not go for the throat going into halftime? Could be a huge momentum.
Cardinals will get the ball to start the second half, so this is a huge play forthcoming.
Colerain's going to call a timeout.
So much so that the Cardinals will counter with their own timeout.
That's their second timeout of the half.
Colerain does have 1 timeout left.
You fool everyone here. Talon Fisher drops back and drop kicks it for 3 points.
Have not seen a drop kick at the high school level since 1947, I believe. But it is still a legal kick.
I believe the last one, I don't know about high school, but I still think the last one, college or NFL, was still Doug Flutie when he was still playing.
You can find rosters, schedules.
So 16 seconds, fourth and 1 at the 1.5.
Well, if you're Fairfield, do you change anything? You had I formation, you called timeout, you came out.
Yeah,
I
you come
formation.
out here and Talon Fisher drop kicks it for 3 points. No, it looks like he's under center. He can still drop kick. It'd be very difficult.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a quarterback sneak here. He's a pretty big guy.
Yeah. Sends a man in motion. Push. We'll see.
Got it.
They'll give it to the Indians. The Fairfield Indians were stood up initially for that secondary drive, kept the pile pushing forward. And 6 points.
Well, in the I formation, you get that fullback and running back behind, and they just came up and gave that extra push from behind.
Unlike in 2005 when Bush pushed Leinart against Notre Dame, you can do that.
Could you go a little bit earlier in your references?
That's the last time that you couldn't do it. That was very visible.
But
it's been a while.
Very rarely called.
Yeah, very rarely called, and for I think pretty much after that they made it legal anyways.
Yeah.
Snap is back, kick is up, and with 11 seconds to play in the half, the Indians off of the big talent. I don't know, this one was not a Talon Fisher, off of the pass and a good drive.
And a good run by Jordan Jackson that took him way down there.
Makes it 24-7 right before half.
That's 3 rushing touchdowns for Talon Fisher.
He is the leading rusher in the GMC. Well, those we mentioned before the broadcast to each other. You want to know who the leading rusher in the GMC is, just find the best running quarterback in the league. Usually he's at Colerain or Sycamore, but last year he was at Fairfield.
You stick around for the halftime show by the Colerain Marching Band.
Yeah, coming into this game, 28 attempts, 333 yards, averaging almost 12 yards a carry.
And the thing about that, too, is you don't know. I would think you would credit against him, but you don't know how the stats. Those are probably including how many. It's only been 2 games, but you're going to have negative plays as the quarterback where you get sacked, and you're going to have not positive plays. Satterwhite and.
So Colerain not doing anything different in the return team. We've seen multiple squibs, and we see another squib.
Staley will take it. Fall on at the 30. 8 seconds to play at the half.
He tried to scoop that up, and right as he got his hands down low like a shortstop, that ball took a hop, hit him right in the face mask. But that's his job. Knock it down.
Like a shortstop, he had his chest down, bounced right in front of him, and fell on top of it. It's more of a catcher's move, but
hey, as long as you stop the ball. So Colerain with 1 timeout left. 8 seconds.
I'm not sure what the Cardinals are going to do here. Probably just
Right.
run the ball. But the Indians have 4 defensive backs lined up at the 30-yard line.
They're almost set up as a punt return team. Colerain is in the shotgun. No, that's not
It's
I
I
formation.
Stand off the road. So take it up the middle. Get a modest game, and the Cardinals are going to halftime with that play. So after one half of play, here at Colerain High School, it's the Colerain Cardinals trailing the Fairfield Indians 24-7.
One half of play here at Cardinals Stadium. It's the Fairfield Indians 24, North Colerain Cardinals 7. We're so glad to have you back at home at Colerain. Now the Colerain Marching Band will perform their competitive halftime show for this year entitled My Chosen Path, featuring You Learn by Alanis Morissette, Over the Rainbow by Pentatonics, and Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John.
Let's hear it for our Colerain High School Marching Band. Every Friday is Football Friday, sponsored by Wendy's. The best cheer squads in the tri-state compete on Warm 98.5 for the chance at $1,098.50 from Wendy's for their squad. Plus the Warm 98.5 Football Friday Cheer Champion Trophy. Each squad chosen to cheer on the air Friday afternoons with Jim Day wins a $100 Wendy's gift card. Vote for your squad. You can text Cardinals to 513-839-9898. So let's everybody get your cell phone out. Everybody get your cell phone out. Let's vote for our Cardinals. Cell phones out. Let's get ready to text. You want to text Cardinals. Cardinals to 513-839-9898. So they can win that big prize.
Welcome back
We'll
here
invite
to
you one more time to visit the
halftime
concession
here at
stand.
Colerain High
You
School.
will not regret it.
As we get set
All
here, we
kinds
have
of
some
delectable delights,
halftime scores,
delicious treats,
stats, moving
sodas,
forward.
chips, candy, and my personal favorite, the pretzels. You don't want to miss out on something delicious to eat. Not only that, but you'll also
So we'll
get
get you stats and
sponsor,
scores
the Colerain Boosters.
best we can. The printer was not working,
And the Colerain High
so
School
we're trying to get there.
So,
Yep.
take some time, go over, get something great to eat, and
The
sponsor
stats
the Colerain High School
here
Boosters.
are supposed to be emailed. They will probably add 3 minutes to the clock.
It's a beautiful night here at Cardinals Stadium.
So here we are with some stats here
Glad
for
you
the
all
first
joined
half.
us, both from Fairfield and the Colerain community.
And stats for the half sent to us by our buddy Gary here at Colerain. Printer not working, so he sent us via email. So bear with us here. Fairfield leads Colerain 24-7. Fairfield with only 8 first down, Colerain with 5. But rushing yards, Fairfield 206 to Colerain's 57. Colerain with 22 yards passing, and Fairfield with 36. Total plays, 29 plays for the Fairfield Indians for 242 yards. Colerain has run 17 plays for 79 yards. Time of possession is not correct, so I'm not even going to read it. Leading rusher for
It could be.
Leading rusher for the Fairfield Indians, 6 carries for Talon Fisher for 155 yards and 3 touchdowns. And Colerain doing a great job on the main running back, 14 carries, only 63 yards.
Probably about 30 of them on that one play.
Talon Fisher has been, he's 2 for 5 passing for 36 yards at 30-yard long. For Colerain, Justin Rhodes, your leading ball carrier for the Colerain Cardinals, 5 carries, 43 yards. Zacharias Jennings, he has got 9 carries for a net of 11 yards, but does 37 yards on 1 carry. He's got some negative rushes.
That's true.
That kind of adds up, but he did get Colerain's only touchdown. He is 1 for 1 passing. The very first play of the game, the only pass that they've actually truly attempted for 22 yards, and we don't. That was to Jeremy Cheatham.
We're getting ready to get set for the second half.
So those are your stats for the first half here at Colerain High School. Again, 24-7. Indians lead the Colerain Cardinals. As you get a look at the Cardinals warm up, they go to the student section there that's been moved to the end zone. We'll get a couple other scores here at halftime inside the GMC. Princeton, who defeated Colerain last week 28-0. Well, they got to that in the first quarter this evening. They are beating Lakota East 43-0 at halftime. Lakota West has almost that many. They're up on Sycamore 35-0. Mason on top of Oak Hills 13-3, so that's a close one. Hamilton, Middletown. Hamilton, the Big Blue lead the Middies 7-0. There's some really, really weird scores tonight here at halftime so far. Springboro leads Elder 14-7.
Elder had a big win last week over a much more traditionally a more
Another
powerful team.
Dayton G-Walk school. Fairmont leads LaSalle 10-3 at halftime. Elsewhere,
Of course, we would like to thank our new corporate sponsors this year, Rumpke, Game On,
reset for
and
weight
Pure
class.
Lawn Organic Lawn Care. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor,
Welcome to the second half here at Colerain as the Cardinals trail the Indians 24-7.
50-54.
The Cardinals did defer the opening choice, so they will get the ball here. Have chosen. They don't just automatically get. They have chosen to take the second half opening kick.
Yeah, gave up a late score. They had closed it within a couple scores or a touchdown themselves, but pretty much that one of the last plays of the second half. Talon Fisher goes in for his 3rd touchdown to take us where we are now, 24-7. Colerain really needs to get started quick. This is a very dangerous offensive team for the Fairfield Indians, but they've shown they've shown, at least in Colerain's last series, that they can give up some yards. Got some more scores, Brandon?
Quickly, Princeton 43-0 over Lakota East. Mason 13-3 over Oak Hills. Hamilton 7, Middletown 0. Sycamore trails Lakota West 35-0. Springboro leads Elder 14-7. St. X just a little bit over Liberty 24. Nope, they scored 24-14 now over Liberty. Northmont leads Hilliard Davis 21-0. Pickerington North leads Upper Arlington 12-7. Fairmont beating LaSalle 10-3. Withrow over Baden 17-14. Pick Central on top of Wayne 7-3. And Western Brown leads Monroe 36-13. Second half set to go. Cheatham and Satterwhite along with Robeson back deep for the Cardinals.
And we've seen not a strong leg kicker here from the Fairfield Indians. We've seen him just several little pooch kicks, just swimming it up. Colerain really hasn't made the adjustment in their alignment. Little pop-up kick into the outside. He looks to find a room in the middle, but there's nothing there. Stopped. Big time stop at the 33-yard line.
That was Justin Rhodes, the fullback. So they did make a slight adjustment. They didn't show it immediately. The return man all kind of rushed up, but I don't think it did the intended gain of getting one of those return men in the spot to be the man to take that kick. But I think both teams will be okay with the result. Cardinals take over at their own 29-yard line. So Jennings, last time he was on the field, engineered a touchdown drive. Pretty much almost all by himself, but not quite.
He had 3 plays, with 2 of them at carries that he had himself.
High formation for the Cardinals. 2 receivers to the right. Jennings takes it, hands it off Rhodes. Pushing forward, he's going to get about 3, maybe 4 on the carry. Cardinals now trying to use the formation against the Indians here.
Yeah, they put both wide receivers to the right side, but this time they run short side. People ask why, and it says there's less guys to block. If you get man up and you can make that block, there's less tacklers there, so you can break the big play. But from your fullback, I'll take 3 yards on first down every time.
Satterwhite in motion. Jennings takes it, pitch. Satterwhite will cut inside, falling forward, and good play on the edge for the Fairfield Indians.
Yeah, they forced the early pitch. Jennings does a good job and gets it out there. Satterwhite showed a little quickness right there, made the first guy miss, but just got back to the line of scrimmage.
Satterwhite, it looked like he had a little hole there, but Josiah Jackson forced him inside and didn't get that seal on the inside, and really good tackle by Ray Coney in the open field.
Yeah, it's a blocks in the second level that spring that play, and the Colerain just didn't get it. So a 3rd down and 8.
Step back throws. Caught by Cheatham. Makes it 1-man miss, still on his feet, following forward. And it's going to be just 2 yards short.
I'll tell you what, Cheatham just kind of saved Colerain right there. That really was more of a lateral. If he doesn't make that tremendous catch in the air, that's a live ball if it doesn't go out of bounds. Makes a couple guys miss. Gets 6, needed 8. 4th down and 2.
Against the pleadings of Jennings, the Cardinals will send out the punt unit.
We got Brennan Green kicking for the Colerain Cardinals. Love setting up about his own 30-yard line.
Snap is back. And another good kick by Brennan Green.
Get a hop.
Just going to let that bounce. It's going to bounce out of bounds.
Tell you what, if he could have got that anywhere near the middle of the field, that ball had that top spin. That was good. It's still rolling down the track. But that's going to go out of bounds with no return. I'll take that. Fairfield takes over at their own 28-yard line. 29.
Tonight's
28.
split the pot winner is 1-1-7.
All right.
8-9-8.
Thank you, all of you, for listening to us live on WeAreColerain.com. We've had some technical issues to work through, but thank you for helping with that, staying with those.
Back to the shotgun formation we've seen out of Fisher. Get a late substitution.
And timeout Fairfield.
They got kind of a little, I know they got the timeout in, but they had 11 players on the field. While they're in the counting off the cadence, a 12th man ran onto the field. Referee reached for his flag, but Fairfield got a timeout in there.
117-898. If you are the winner, please come to the press box to collect.
So Fairfield is going to have time leading 20. Ring card.
Big old card. And those of you listening on delay to media television.
So formation, they kind of.
It's almost like right and then they send him a motion jet sweep. He's got, and he's gonna lose the football down and out of bounds there. 8-9 yard carry.
Yeah, we've seen a couple jet sweeps by this Mike has really got some wheels to the outside. If you don't, I mean, he's got a chance to take that the distance. 9 yards on that.
So it'll be second down and 1.
So Fisher, here comes that fake jet sweep to the running back.
Jackson Finus.
Jordan Jackson on the run.
I think that play was aided by a little bit of time, kind of thrown off by the quarterback formation. But that allowed the defense side. Just inside the 49-yard line.
Yes. It's a found success, more success than it did with this kind of change in formation. Jackson got us in space, one-on-one. The sack stays on his feet. Justice.
They were getting up a little bit. They were more running. This time they're the same play, but he's going outside, finding success. Last year, half, and this year.
The midline where Fisher kept it himself. He gets the read and lets the running side. They hit it on the quarterback, but it didn't matter. No longer had the man with this bunch formation. Keith is going to have a first down, and that really found something here.
Higgins again on that. It doesn't matter running around that right. Nobody out there to stop him.
Success really up this defensive line, and you got sophomores on the edges. And the secondary has no, so Indians split weakness of the
yards around that corner man there. 2 tack
spots in this. Jackson stays on this. And again, in the backfield, and just to see sophomore turn a grown senior there.
They just their senior runs through the right place, the right didn't make the pick carry.
Second down and 2.
Playing the sidelines.
Yeah, I was looking time out the Colerain.
The referees were acting out. The Cardinals ran.
Well, we're kind of approached kind of a little to the side. Nothing was. Second down.
looked up. He's just gonna keep his lines, but play doesn't matter to him because it's
He scrambled and fast, but then no.
But you, the guy,
and then foul rolls out. Played back to the 20.
Yep, so
Now it's second.
But it is to the first slow back to 20. Situation here, sit over top Smith. He had to off the action safety. I don't know. Was running on the
side. He did have a timing off and stroke kind of.
Did he both over or was it on the right?
Incomplete. Let's
go with
17.
5. It's been the most for the time not. And but not enough.
He get this on down and 8, but nope, they're gonna bring it in
6-yarder. Yard attack. Stop kick is good. Haven't seen the play in the third quarter. Indians 27, Cardinals.
Well, kind of the defense did their job, get a short field goal. Now,
Winner of our split the pot tonight, other than Jacob Williams.
really can't allow your offense to get more than more behind than the scores that they are now.
Thank you for your participation.
27-17 left to play in the third quarter. Fairfield lead.
So, Indians put more points on the board, but the Cardinals still stay within 3 victories.
Well, they've struggled here in the return. Such a non-traditional kick, pitches it or squibs it.
Jordan Robinson.
So, risk of an opportunity to get blockers in front of this runner. McGuire's teeing it off.
No squib kick, they'll let it bounce. Kick. He's on his feet. Falls loose. Cardinals do on top.
The Cardinals return 10 for Colerain.
It's about the 37, but after that, back inside the 35 line. Stage. 7th, third quarter. Colerain really. Looks like it. No, got gun formation, but no formation. Got wider split.
Find some space. Nope, just short of the 40.
We'll give him 6 yards.
Rhodes on the carry, number 40. Toriano. Yard gain, second down.
Second and Cardinals. Jennings keeps it, tucks space, still on his feet, the flag.
Yeah, behind in the play. Not sure it is. It seemed to be in the. This. Hands to the face by Indy, and wow.